Hi, my name is Dr. Jeanette Eileen Jones-Buzansky, and I'm here today to rally for justice for Trayvon Martin, for Marissa Alexander, for Sean Bell, for Oscar Grant, and a host of other African American and people of color who have been victims of not only vigilante justice but also of the justice system, including police brutality. I worked with my graduate student to organize this because we wanted to have a groundswell of support from Lincoln community members to understand that we are in an interesting time, a very dangerous time in our history, where we are seeing particularly the lives of black youth, male youth, being taken for granted, and literally people getting away with killing unarmed black teenagers as well as men. So even though we're also talking about individuals such as Marissa Alexander, who was as we consider unjustly sentenced to 20 years in prison for firing shots, we're also talking about the new Jim Crow, disproportionate incarceration for black men and women, Latino men and women, and also Native Americans in the state of Nebraska in our penal system. We're against all of these things that we feel reflect that we are living in a time of injustice, and we are just calling on people who are part of our community, residents, citizen, non-citizen, to come out and stand up for equal rights and equal justice before the law.
How I feel about Trayvon getting shot, it affects me at night and day. I ask myself questions like, how come he's not guilty and how come he's not in jail? And I have a couple questions. When he was carrying a gun with him, why was he carrying a gun with him? And why was he following him? That's a question that I kept on asking the people that were doing stuff to him. And like when I was at a barbecue, that's when it all went down. And I was like, what? What?
Maybe after he gets shot, it worries people of being dangerous and scaring people of how they have to walk down the streets and stuff, and they're scared because they don't want to get killed just like he did, and the people who love them are probably upset because people did that. It bothers some people as they walk down, they feel defensive because they can defend themselves, but sometimes they just feel scared to do anything.
I feel like it has affected my community, my people. The words, I can't even explain the words. I have a son, and I mean, just to know that he got away with that, and that he walked away, and he's gone, and there's nothing being done about it. I mean, I'm here in Nebraska, and that's all the way in Florida, and it affects me every single day. It affects my kids, it affects my family, it affects my community. It affects us all. That's why we're here, for that reason. And I hope that some justice is served.
I am Trayvon. My name is Sharon Glenn, and my son and I were both beaten by the Lincoln Police Department July the 4th, 2006. The guy who beat me was 350 pounds, 6'6" and a half. And I am very disturbed about the violence upon our community, the injustice of the not just criminal justice system, and I think it's time that actions be taken because we're not going to stand for being beat up anymore. It's a wrap, it's over, and our kids are getting hurt. I'm a felon, I serve my country, 100% disabled veteran, and I am not only a felon, but me and my son both are terrorists also. And it's the time for it to stop. It's over. I served, we did our time, we graduated from college, and we're still treated like less than human. And it's a freaking disgrace. I mean, excuse the language. And I'm not doing too good right now because another sister was beaten last night, her and her two boys. Beat tragically. She had to be hospitalized. Her blood pressure went up, and the two boys, 18 and 16, both are incarcerated with eyes look like bloodshot red demons from being beat by the police. And that's all I can say right now.
When I first heard about the Trayvon Martin murder last year, it was right after Michelle Alexander's new book, The New Jim Crow, came out. And so for me, it really just brought home how real of a problem our criminal justice system is for Black and brown communities in the United States. It's a criminal justice system that at its core is built on an idea of servitude and racism for people of African descent in this country. And then it also extends to other communities, undocumented immigrants, poor whites, etc. But predominantly it affects disproportionately African Americans. So, you know, I started getting involved in the campaign a year ago. When Zimmerman was acquitted of his charges, it's not that I was shocked, but I was angry. And I think that it was a healthy anger that's been expressed across the country and even across the world, and it's opening up an opportunity for us to actually talk about this criminal justice system and make a change to challenge the new Jim Crow and build alliances and coalitions with other communities struggling for justice.
JVC?
Here we go. There you go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Got justice?
Yeah, we out here, Lincoln, Nebraska, Regional Director, Black Panther Party Power Movement. Yeah, this nice rally been hosted for, you know, as y'all hear in the background, you know, justice for Trayvon Martin. But this ain't just about Trayvon. This is about the countless injustice that been going on in the Black community betrayed by white supremacy. And this, it has to stop. It's 2013, you know, and it's just like still like the 60s, and still these things need to stop. You know, it's just about, we out here not just rallying for Trayvon, we out here rallying for Oscar Grant. We out here rallying for Kenny Anderson, James Anderson, Sean Bell, the Admiral of the Weemers. That's what we out here rallying for. Ayanna Jones and the other countless senseless murders that have been inflicted upon Black people. And not to be biased, we also want to end the violence in between the gangs, the black on black crime that we have in our own communities. So this rally is just, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. We had enough, and justice needs to be served. So we calling out, coming together, calling all different organizations to pull your resources in and come together so we can see justice. You know, it's a tragic incident that happened, and you know, to prevent this from happening again, you know, we need to unite. This isn't just the stomping grounds, but there needs to be more action in our own communities as well. You know, we also need to be held accountable for the actions that we oppose upon each other, because you know everybody's watching us, man. So that, you know, my message right now is to all the gangs out there, man. The Bloods, Crips, Gangster Disciples, all of y'all. We need to stop the violence amongst each other. Unite. You see, we all we got. So let's just stop the nonsense. You know, black, white, red, yellow, brown, purple. We all need to unite. At the end of the day, we're not each other's enemy. The real enemy is sending drones and killing innocent people. The real enemy is making disenfranchisement laws that disenfranchise minorities. That's the real enemy. So we need to focus on that and stop focusing on killing each other. Stop focusing on, what pigmentation of each other's skin. And, at the end of the day, we all God's children. So with that being said, this Rally for Unity, we out here hopefully getting justice for Trayvon Martin, and not just Trayvon Martin, but for the rest of those that could be like him. So
basically, how I feel, I think the verdict was bullshit, and I think we all know that. And I feel like, if you can read this down here, it says "fuck your stand your ground" law, because I feel like it only applies to white people. This nation, America, is not designed to protect us, the minorities. So I think this is definitely unfair, and just to the whole human race. And I think, I don't know, that's how I don't know what I say, because I always smile when I'm kind of nervous. But what else did you want me to say?
how you feel, how you think this affected you personally, and what you want to see.
It definitely relates to me as being a person of color. I'm really not originally from this country. I'm actually Sudanese, and so I feel like it hurts more because I'm not even American. Like my family came here for more opportunities to be treated as equals, but obviously living in here, it's just like white America, and I feel like I'm never gonna, they're not giving us like a chance to prosper because they always just want to beat us down. And then after hearing this verdict, it's like, we have nothing more to look forward to. Like, I'm not even optimistic about people saying race is gonna change. It's never gonna die. It's still here, alive and well. Even after this verdict, nothing's gonna change. But I do like doing peaceful protests, so, we're not silent about the issue. It is a big deal. People need to know about it. But, just by doing our signs and everything, it's not gonna change anything. There might be another Trayvon Martin Zimmerman trial later on. It's probably not gonna go our way again. It's just like, I don't know, it's just really sad, to live in America, a place, just a beautiful place with the best economic growth and everything, but sadly the people aren't happy. The people minority aren't happy, so I really just feel like, I don't know, just being like a person of color, it's not a happy state of mind. I read this quote that said, to be black and conscious is to be in a constant state. No, to be black and conscious is to be in a constant state of rage, which I believe is like the most truthful quote I've ever heard, because you can't literally be a minority, especially black, live in America and be happy with your life, because like I said, America wasn't designed for your people to be happy. It's for the white man to just be superior over everyone else. So yeah, the verdict was bullshit. It's not fair, and Zimmerman, he'll get his day. So if he's not convicted by like the justice system, he's gonna get convicted by God, and that's all I gotta say.